Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our morning market review. My name is Emmanuel. Let's do a little sound check here and see whether you can hear me, guys. Apologies for starting just a little bit behind time. I was having some network issue, but it has been resolved. So, good morning once again, traders. How we doing? So, it's a beautiful day here in Port Harcourt. This is our morning market review. Monday through Friday, we do this 8 a.m. One solid hour of market analysis. We try to give you tips and tricks on how you can stay profitable and navigate profitably across the financial market. So it's a beautiful day to make money, guys. Let's just analyze the market and see opportunities that we can use to make it big for today, guys. This is Thursday, right? Thursday, and of course, we're already in October, very close to November, very close to ending of the year, guys. I think this is the best time to make good money, such that December will be a good holiday period, guys. So a little sound check here. Get to the chat room. Let me know if you can hear me. Sound check quickly. Get to the chat room. Guys, can you hear me? Just one or two response. I'll be good. Okay. Thank you very much. I can see you there. You can hear me. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to share my screen right now. This is what joining us for the first time. This is our morning market review. We do this every trading day. I mean, Monday through Friday. 5 days in a week, guys. 5 days of solid analysis. We give you tips and tricks on how you can be able to navigate the market. Navigate the market profitably, guys. It's true, you can navigate this market profitably, right? So quickly, let me share my screen really quick. Very much, guys. So guys, quickly, I've been able to share my screen. Can you be able to see my screen? Okay, I've been able to share my screen. This is Forex Factory, right? So this is the first time. This is first new to trading, guys. This is www dot forexfactory.com. www. So guys, this is www.forexfactory.com. This see right now. So can we just guys? Okay, beautiful. So we can continue right now. So today being Thursday, 6th day of October 2025. So these are the news for today that we can affect the financial market. Our instrument we trade affect the currency trade. So guys, this is the news event. This is to affect for so we had some news already. Section, right? So how did employment change in us? Of course, it must have affected that because it's very bad. Uh, it worse than expected, right? It was 7 a.m. also, which has already as we have the GDP from the UK. That's gross domestic product, right? The factor or who they use to measure inflation, measure the value of goods produced within that economy, GDP, guys. So it came out just as expected, right? Just as expected. So therefore, it means that economy is now okay and doing right. So it simply means their currency gain or maintain. Right? Then of course the rest day we have just yellow news, yellow news, yellow. This yellow news are low quality news, guys. So it's usually on the volatility and of course high volatility. 2 p.m. we have a medium volatility, right? 2 p.m. Yes. We have the FOMC member wallet, depending on the speech, the content of the speech, it can affect the United States dollars, right? And of course, by 6 p.m., guys, we have a news from and that's a non-data news. The news event into to data and non-data. The far right-hand side is the place for that. So these numbers are called data. So previous data, if you like, previous result, right? Previous forecast data, and that. But for some of the news guys, there is nothing there, nothing. For news that have nothing, just this, it simply means it's a no. So therefore, there's speech or minute thing, something like that. They don't have data. So therefore, it means you have to stay true to a particular medium of seeing the speaker, like CNN and all of that, such that you can see, you can hear what the speaker is saying, and of course, you can make for yourself the direction the market will go. Okay. So, but then if you don't have that particular medium of watching the speaker speak, so you can just maybe sit very close to your system. Remember, because it's going to affect the Canadian dollar, and watch where the market is moving towards. You can follow it in that direction. That's when we can create non-data news, right? Because there is no data here. So, guys, I think that's all for today, Thursday, for the news. So let's go to the main thing of the day, right? Of course, let me switch my screen right now to my chart so that we can do some technical stuff, right? Technical analysis, guys. And of course, technical analysis is the kind of technical analysis I do here is called market structure. So market structure means that I look at the structure the market is building. The structure is simply the highs and the lows. So you want to look at these highs and the lows on the higher time frame, guys. It's actually a custom here. We don't change it, right? We don't change because the market hasn't changed. So it's a custom here, guys. So we just look at the market structure. So let me switch my screen right now so that we can do that really quick. So guys, let me know if you can see my screen. I've been able to switch my screen, right? I've been able to share my screen, my chart. So just get to the chat room, just type chat. Type chat, let me know if you can see my chart. Then of course we can start analyzing the market, looking at opportunities, tricks, previews and reviews of what the market have done, so that we can be able to make something good, make some good money for ourselves. So guys, are you ready for me? So let me look at what we have here. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You guys like chat. This chat that you're typing is actually when you're chatting with someone. Okay. Yeah, it's actually when you're chatting with someone. Because the other chat would have been CHART. Wisdom guy. Okay, guys, quickly, so let's start from Euro USD. You know, as the custom is now, we don't change it here. We're giving you tips and tricks, right? But let's start from Euro USD, guys. Euro USD, what are the opportunities that exist on Euro USD? So, guys, when we do analysis, sometimes we do analysis and tell you what the market would do during the course of the day, because this analysis is a solid analysis that runs from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. But guess what? That is just 1 hour of the day, London section. Then, of course, after that, we have the other sections running, right? Or the other time of the day in that section, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. By that time, guys, you should stay glued to your chart, looking out for this opportunity. Follow through on the analysis we have given you, because most of them normally plays out. I'm telling you, most of them normally plays out. Up to 80 to 90% of them plays out, guys. I want to believe we have been taking advantage of this. And of course, this is a Zoom. So we also stream this live on YouTube, on YouTube. So therefore, it simply means if you miss any of these things, perhaps Emmanuel is talking too fast, guys, and you want to hear it the second time. Yeah, because this kind of knowledge comes by hearing and hearing. Don't forget, faith also comes by hearing and hearing. So this kind of knowledge that will build you up comes by hearing and hearing. So guys, you can get to YouTube, right? You can get to YouTube, Rally Trade on YouTube. Just open YouTube on your phone, your device, your laptop. Type Rally Trade, right? To take it to this same video so that you can watch it much later. And of course, the more you listen, the more it sticks, guys. The more it sticks, I can tell you that. So let's do Euro USD real quick, guys. Are you ready for me? Euro USD. So for this is for Euro USD traders. Most traders trade Euro USD because very easy to trade. It's such a good place you can start from, right? And of course, you can make good money for yourself on Euro USD. Don't forget that. So guys, once you open the chart, you want to look at it on the 4 hours time frame first, right? You want to look at it on the 4 hours time frame and tell yourself, what is the market doing right now? That's what you want to tell yourself. So one of those times when you're telling yourself, what is the market doing? You discover that the market is actually just purely facing one direction. Like if it is up, we call it upward trend. If it is down, we call it downward trend. Then sometimes the direction is somehow confusing. Something like upward trend 60%, downward trend 40%. Hey, what do you mean, Emmanuel? Is that something like that? Oh my God, no, just hold on. I got this on very fresh from him right now. Sometimes the market can be upward trend, sorry, downward trend 60%, upward trend 40%. So what do we do? Okay. We can actually be able to just wait a minute. Plug this laptop. So if the market is giving you some kind of confusing bias like that, it simply means you have to get into the waiting room, right? So wait for the market to fully be in one particular direction before you can take your trade. So for example, we can see that the market is giving us the market, look at this low is lower than this low. That's momentum to the downside. It retraces upward. It gave us another low that is lower than this low, as you can see. So we are seeing series of lows that are getting lower. And of course, this is a level, this is a low that was broken because before the market moved to the downside. Now, of course, guess what? The market gave us a what do we call this now? Those of us joining us or that have been with us for some time. This is a low. This is a low. Pretty much they look like almost at the same level, right? Don't forget we call it relatively equal lows. Relatively equal lows. That's a rare. So we have identified a rare. Is it rare? Rare. Okay, whatever I want to call it. So it means relatively right equal low. Then it has to be REL, right? Red, red. So that's a relatively equal low. So guys, we have seen a relatively equal low. What does it mean? Relatively equal lows are actually magnet for the market. Simply means the market is actually building up some good momentum here. I mean, some good liquidity around this area that is going to tap, that is surely going to tap down that particular area. So therefore, we are looking at the market bruising this area and tap in this area and continue to the downside like this. So don't forget, anywhere you see this relatively equal lows, guys, it simply means money. It means money. There is money, there is dollars there. Okay, let me do this for you real quick. I'm sure you will like it. So there is a lot of dollars. There is a lot of dollar. There's a lot of dollars at this level, guys. There is a lot of dollars at this level. There is a lot of money at this level. So it simply means the market will surely come back to that area, right? Surely come back to it. But wait a minute, when will this market come back to the area? Of course, during the course of the day, there will be some movement in the dollar. For example, there is a news on the dollar, even though it's a medium volatility news. But guys, guess what? That news can actually make the dollar, can actually push the dollar to even move down to this area because we're on the higher time frame, which we are looking at right now, we are seeing some movement to the downside, right? On the 4 hours time frame, right? But remember, it was this particular high that was responsible for taking out this high. Sorry, for taking out this low, right? This high took out this low, so therefore this high remains our strong high, right? But right now we are seeing some upward movement to the upside, as you can see. We have seen some upward movement to the upside. Let me show you real quick, guys. So this is some upward movement we saw to the upside. Some persons right now will only be buying. Of course, when you buy, you also make money. When you sell, you also make money. But it depends on how long you stay on the trade, right? But then we have anticipated that, hey, this area is one area where we think the market will actually move towards this area. So one thing you want to do right now, so take note of this area because very soon during the course of the day, right? Or during the course of the week, right? Today is Thursday, maybe tomorrow, this market will most likely come to this area and of course suck this liquidity here. So therefore, we want to look for opportunities that we can be able to grab. So wait a minute. From here to this area, how many pips is it? That's about over 100 pips, right? Over 116 pips, right? So it simply means, sir, you can make that kind of money, guys. You can make that kind of money. So let me switch over to a much lower time frame, right? Because most persons are already trading this big move to the upside, which is also equally good because if you look carefully, you will notice there is a bullish engulfing seated right on this our juicy spot, right? So we've gotten a juicy spot, which is this, right? Relatively equal lows, as you can see. Well, let me do something like this, right? It will profit you. Don't worry. It will profit you. Dollars equals relatively equal lows, right? So that will serve us, right? So, but we saw from this particular level of, it's actually a support, right? The local palace call it a support. So we saw this big candlestick on the 4 hours time frame, as you can see, right? On the 4 hours time frame, very big candlestick, bigger than the previous one, of course. We call it a bullish engulfing, guys. And then, of course, it's happening on the higher time frame. That makes it, or that gives it more power, right, to push to the upside. So we saw this bullish engulfing from there, it moved upward. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But right now, from this high area, let's see what happened on the 15 minutes time frame, right? So that we don't take too much time. On the 15 minutes time frame, guys, we are seeing this kind of movement to the downside, right? I think it's a very juicy one for me. I would like to enter because I am calculating this market to move back to this area, this particular area, right? Most persons are buying, which is equally good because they actually bought from this particular low, right? But then, can this market equally move to this relatively equal lows? Why not? Why not? Why not? So you can stake it there. But guess what? Most person will say, but Emmanuel, is this not an upward trend? Of course, it is an upward trend. But guys, once you place a trade, make sure you have stop loss on your trade, right? So if I take a trade right now, I also have stop loss on my trade. So even you too, if you want to buy, make sure you have stop loss on your trade. Stop loss is what will protect. Is what will protect you. So I'm looking at this particular area, but then it's actually a swing kind of trade. If the market back to this area, good for me, right? So this is analysis on Euro USD, guys. Euro USD. Now, of course, let's now look at another instrument. That would be which instrument would that be? Of course, you know how the custom is now. You know the custom here. So that would be GBP USD. Let's see what our darling GBP for us for today, guys. Are we getting value? Are we getting value? So GBP very quick. On the H4 time frame, also quick analysis here. So GPUSD has pulled up far more than Euro USD because GPUSD move faster and better than Euro USD. But the same thing, we are equally seeing that relative equal lows, guys, here. You want to take note of this point because very soon the market will come back to this level and kiss it and move through it, guys. But on GPUSD, we are seeing a very strong upward momentum to the upside, guys. Upward momentum to the upside. The same thing on Euro USD. But on Euro USD, on Euro USD, once the market trade above these highs, guys, if the market trade above these highs, then it simply means the market has resumed the upward movement, right? It has resumed the upward movement. But for now, for a swing trade, you want to take that particular direction. So, guys, on this particular one, this is relatively equal lows. The market have pumped to the upside, as you can see, a very strong movement to the upside like this. Then normally you would want to expect a retracement, right? A retracement to the downside before it continue moving to the upside. Of course, if this one continues to move to the upside, it means Euro USD will continue moving to the upside, right? But guys, guess what? Right now, I'm looking for a movement to the downside. Movement to the downside. Why? That would mean trading a retracement, right? On Euro USD, that would mean trading a swing, right? Trying to target the swing. But this one to mean trading a retracement. So it becomes a swing when the market has actually traded below this relatively equal low. So guys, also here we have a relatively equal lows, guys. Here, so this is a relatively equal low. I think there is no need to write it now. You already know. This is a relatively equal low. It simply means there will be lots of orders around this area. Those orders can be stop orders like sell stop will be around this area. limit orders will equally be around this area, right? That like buy limit, and of course, then the main one among them will be a sub order known as our stop loss. So stop loss will be around this area. So that is why it's a liquidity zone. It's actually a liquidity zone. In fact, let me type it for you. That is why this area is actually a liquidity zone, because there will be a lot of money. So there will be a lot of orders, stop orders, stop orders. There will be a lot of limit orders. Then there will be a lot of, for this stop order, of course, I'm sure you know it's actually, okay, let me put it this way. There will be stop orders. There will be lots of limit orders, right, by big players, big, and of course, there will be a sub. Give us an example of a sub order. Who knows what is sub order? Do you know what is sub order? So if you know what is stop order, let me engage this morning, guys. Get to the comment section. Let me know, hey, Emmanuel, this is what you mean by stop orders. Let's go. Read what I mean by stop orders. Stop order. Let's go. Chat, comment section with guys. What is stop order? I've not gotten any right. What is stop order? You can tell us, okay, fine. Let me look at it right now. Okay, Mr. Oki, you're not answering my question. You say good, I should analyze good. But then answer my own question first. So what is sub order? What's you understand by sub order? If I will not continue, guys, I'm waiting for you. It's a continuation order. Okay, that's not correct. Bridget said is actually a stop loss. So Bridget, you're correct. Some orders are orders that cannot stand alone, right? The orders that need a main order to stand alone. Of course, main orders are the buy order and sell order. So sub orders are actually orders that cannot stand alone. Example, we include take profit and stop loss, right? Now, stop loss and take profit are sub orders. So therefore, this now that's the reason why we call this place. That's the reason why we call this place a liquidity zone, right? So all of this liquidity, all of this equal liquidity. That means money, and the market for money. It simply means, guys, very soon, market will come and kiss this area because it needs the money. It needs all of those money around that area. So that being said, let's move real quick, real fast, right? Real fast. So switch over to a 15 minutes time frame where we can be able to see for ourselves if there are some opportunities for us, guys. So the 15 minutes time, very strong upward momentum right here. Very strong upward momentum to the upside. Wow, very strong one. With the type that you cannot ignore. So what I would say is that you have to continue buying, right? Even though it's opposite to what we did on Euro US. Continue buying except the market breaks this low. I think the same thing would have applied to Euro US, except the market breaks the low before we can start selling, right? But did he actually break that low? 15 minutes time frame. This is Euro USD. It has to break our opening price. So let me zoom in. Uh-oh. So have we started trading the low opening price? So actually, on Euro, what is holding it here is that this area is actually a local support, right? It's a local support, right? So therefore, we are banking that the market will break this support. So one of the less risky way to enter is to enter when the local support is taken out. So in the same way on GBUSD, so what we do here is we just draw this particular area, say we can sell, we can target that liquidity, that relatively equal lows when the market breaks this area. Otherwise, this becomes a very fine support to buy, right? Very fine support to buy, where you want to buy and set your stop loss just below this low, right? Just below the low, right? Okay, just below this particular low. Then, of course, your take profit targeting the liquidity resting just above these highs, right? So, guys, I think it's a good place that one can do a short buy, right? But then once this level is broken, then it becomes a sell condition, right? Because if you notice, once this level is broken, right? Once the market trade below the opening price, it must have violated our trend line, right? It must have traded below the trend line. right? And trading below the trend line means the market has violated the trend line and then of course start going downward. So guys, we have done Euro USD, GP USD, very choice instrument for us. So get to the comment section on still on currency before we switch over to commodities and the rest. Let me know the instrument you would like us to analyze. Real quick, real fast. Let's do it real quick. Get to the comment section. Let's know the instrument you would like us to analyze. So real quick, guys. So before that, let's look at GBP/JPY, right? I really love this instrument. I like this instrument, guys. On the H4 time frame, GBP/JPY, we saw a very big gap up, right? A very big gap up. That gap up, I told you the last time, it's actually a pressure. Then, of course, the market did some good movement to the downside, good retracement to the downside. If you watch carefully, this retracement actually got to this particular level of a demand zone, right? It's actually a demand zone because in trading, you have to look at the left-hand side to analyze the right-hand side to place your trade. So the left-hand side is the past, the right-hand side is the future, right? Just like life can only be lived forward but understood backwards. So one of the best way to understand the chart is to look backward, is to look at the left-hand side. So look at the left-hand side, guys. Life can be lived forward, understood backward. Life can be lived forward, understood backward. So that means understanding the chart to know what to do, you have to look backward, left-hand side. So look at the left-hand side, look at this high, look at this high, look at this high the market created. You notice the market came back to test that same level, guys. It's actually a test of that same level. Let me show you this real quick. So this is actually a test of that same level. As you can see, this top touch here, that's a test of that same level, guys. Then from there, we saw this movement to the upside. So this on H1 time frame, guys, it simply means the larger trend is still upward, as you can see. This is daily time frame, guys. So daily time frame, you switch over to daily time frame if you want to see what Goldman Sachs are doing, the big monies are doing, right? There is still enough money that is very, very bullish on the pound against the yen, right? So we still have enough bullishness, if you like, on the pounds against the yen. So real quick, on 15 minutes time frame, we want to also trade in that same direction, but on the lower time frame, right, where we can quickly make profit for ourselves, and of course, then we are good. So speaking in a day trading language, right now the market is trading above the opening price, guys. That's one place you want to start from. So if it's above opening price, looking at it with the daily spectrum, in the daily lens, the market is actually bullish for today. Of course, the market is actually trading above my moving averages, right? Therefore, I'll be looking at opportunities that I would like to use to buy, opportunities to buy. So there's a fair value gap around this area, fair value gap. So this is a fair value gap around this area. So if you notice, the market actually struggled around this area before it was able to break through. It's back to that fair value gap. Then inside this fair value gap, guys, there's another fair value gap again inside this one, right? That simply means this area will be where you can do a very short trade, right? A very fast, quick one that you can enter the market and make good money. That opening. So this area I am highlighting for you are areas that you can use to make good money, make yourself, guys, and use good loss size. Use have good capital, and just like what you're doing in guys, you can want to deposit more money into your trading account. You can get through to your account officer. If you have the account number already, you can just transfer from your bank account, that particular Cali Trade account, send the proof of payment to your account officer or send straight to me, right? So that the money reflects in your account. Then once you do that, all of you enter with a very commensurate lot size that is commensurate with the kind of capital you have, so I can make it. So guys, for today, see the market have taken out the lows. So the market took out these lows, right? The market took out this low. The market taking out those, we call it a liquidity hunt, right? So the market have hunted for the liquidity just low and at this low. So that's one way you can use to trade the market very. The market have taken out stop losses. And it's the best way to trade sometimes. All guys, is. So you wait for a liquidity. The market have done liquidity sweep already. I mean, the market have hunted flushes already. So when the market have done that already, that's the best time to enter. It means, guys, this best time. This candlestick here is actually open here, open here, close here. Simply now, if you do what to call candlestick maths, right? So let me teach you this one really quick. I don't think I've taught this on this platform before. So let me teach this really quick. No, I have just 1 hour, right? I'm trying to rush so many things, but let me teach this really quick. Now, please pay attention. I've been able to zoom my screen very well so that you can see. Now, let me do what I call candlestick math, right? Candlestick math. I mean candlestick mathematics. Candlestick math. That's not where I'm supposed to type it. So, guys, it's candlestick math. Candlestick math. So, what does it mean? It means adding more than one candlestick. Okay, let me just stop there. Adding more than one candlestick together. So, good. So let me just type candlestick maths there. Then I'll use my math to explain the other candlestick math, right? So what does candlestick math mean? Candlestick math means, I think you can do this for yourself. It will profit you very well, right? If you can see beyond the chart. So candlestick math is one way to see beyond the chart, guys. You can actually see beyond the chart. So let me show you this real quick. Now, the market was able to take out this low, right? I mean, by take out low, I mean the market trade below this low and trade below. That's what I mean. Then equally traded below this low. So when it's trading lows like that, it is actually on a journey or mission for liquidity. And guess what? It has achieved it. Yes, it has achieved it by trading below, right? So that is one area where one can trade. But these two can is showing us candlestick man. By candlestick, I mean, if we add two candlestick, what can it give? Must definitely give us what we call a pin bar, and that pin bar is actually a bullish. So, guys, we are seeing a bullish around here. What do I mean by bullish pin bar? Now, you notice, let me draw it for you so that this is red candlestick, right? One. This is actually the blue candlestick. The blue candlestick. So if you add together, you get a pin bar, right? Because up here is the opening price. Okay, let me zoom in very well. So up here is the opening price of the bearish candlestick, and it closed here. Then down here is the opening price of the bullish candlestick, then it closes. So if you have to join these two together, so if you're doing candlestick math and you're joining the two candlesticks together, so you will join the opening price of the candlestick with the price of the second candle. That's just what you need for the two candlesticks to become one. So the opening price is here, the closing price is here. That means all of this long boom movement to the downside, they are all weak. What will it look like? It will look like a let me just show you what it will look like, because time will not really permit us. So it will look like a candlestick that has little or nobody like this. Then of course it will equally have a very long, to have a long wick like to the downside. So let me do this. So it will look like this kind of shape. So if it's looking like this kind of shape, it simply means it is now a bullish signal. So guys, that simply means a bullish signal before the market says that signal is still what we're still experiencing around this area. So I say the GPUSD is actually bullish, right? It's actually bullish. It's bullish for the big banks. It's actually even bullish for a day trader. So therefore, look for opportunities to buy. Opportunity to buy, I've given you the area, right? So the market have touched this particular fair value gap area. It's actually to buy. The market this fair value gap area is actually an opportunity to buy. So the market have given us opportunity to buy, sir. Buy. So on GBJPY is actually a buy signal. So let me look at the comment section right now. I think we've done candlestick math now. Most of us we know candlestick math. Okay, my number. I'll drop the number at the end of the section. Uh, then of course USJPY. So let's do one more. Let's do USJPY. But I just did GBJPY, right? I want USJPY. So GBJPY a buy, right? A buy condition because of an upward, a very strong momentum to that, right? It's not very strong momentum to the upside. So USDJPY, who's the person that say USDJPY? Let me check again. USDJPY, Mr. Una, Mr. Soji. Okay, Soji. I don't think I've seen that name yet. So Mr. Soji, let me know what's your request for USDJPY. USDJPY on our chart. So those are what trade JPY, you have gotten a very analysis for it, right? So USJPY on the H4, what can we see? So we are seeing a very strong downward push to the downside after this very big strong move to the upside, right? This very strong gap to the upside. Remember, this gap is actually pressure to the upside. Don't forget, it's actually a pressure. So let's zoom to time frame and look for the intraday perspective, right? So for the intraday perspective, the market is actually on a downward trend, as you can see right here. This is actually a downward trend. So for a downward trend, this area becomes our next level of liquidity that the market should be able to tap, right? Next level of liquidity. Now, if you watch carefully, we are actually trading just above the opening price. Trading above the opening price is actually a bullish signal. So therefore, we're having a conflicting signal there, right? So trading above the opening is actually bullish in nature. Bullish in nature. Why? There is this whole momentum to the upside is still available and residing in the market, right? This whole money, this whole money. So we're having a retracement to the downside. So one thing we can do is we can actually use, let's use Fibonacci, right? Let's use Fibonacci. So I'll draw from this low to this high. That simply means I've done a retracement already. But guys, guess what? A 50%, between 50 and 60 is a good level of retracement, right? To the upside. So I am thinking the market will have to retrace even more. So then this area I'm looking out for the market to retrace. I'm actually seeing what we call a fair value gap, right? There's actually a fair value gap right here. So this area will be one area now. Now, if you're trading GSJPY, so look out for this area, right? Look out for this area because if the market breaks through this area, then of course we continue going downward, continue going down. So this area is one area where you may want to take your buys from, right? Take your buys from because if you buy, then of course you have good movement to the upside, right? So let's switch over to H4 time frame. H4 time frame, guys. H4 time frame. We saw, man, this is actually a bullish engulfing, as you can see. This candlestick far bigger than this one is a bullish engulfing. But guys, guess what? The H4 time frame, it actually got stopped at this our 50 period moving average, which simply means it's stopped at a strong resistance. That market is moving down. So I'm expecting a retracement to this area, right? Then of course from there should be able to go. But if it don't go up from that area, guys, it simply means we are continuing the downward trend. We are continuing downward trend. If you don't go up from that, so this area is your area of interest, right? Or if you like, point of interest. So this area. So I'm expecting the market to turn to the buy from here. And of course, it can do that by giving us what we call of characterize or a switch or a switch in the market direction of area. So if you're USJPY, you just want to wait for a discount this area before you buy. And of course, you actually buy at very low price, right? Now, this analysis is called high risk trading, right? Otherwise, for trading, just wait until the market sweep through this low before you continue selling. Now, I think that's for USJPY, guys. Now, let's look at the comment section again. Let's pick more. Okay. Okay. Wisdom. We say on Euro and GBP for a swing trader using the daily D1 front. You mean D1 time frame, right? You using D1, okay, you mean D1 time frame, right? Oh, I'm trying to read that of, oh man, a lot of questions, a lot of comments. Our TP at a strong low on D1 since the market has played a pullback on Fibonacci level. 50% and 61%. Wow. And Mr. Wisdom, do a screenshot and drop this particular question for me, okay? This time will not permit me to actually do good justice to that question. Do a screenshot so that I can analyze even more instruments, okay? So James say I should analyze the US 100. So let's do US 100 real quick. James, US 100. So US 100. So on US 100 here, on the H4 time frame, what can we see? So this is one thing you want to do first before you trade. This is one thing you want to do before you trade. Now you now tell yourself, where is the big money? Which direction is the big money? That's the first question you tell yourself, because the market is likely into big money and small money, right? So all of us here inside this, we're all small money. So we want to follow the direction of the big money, big banks, right? The BlackRock, right? HSBC, Hong Kong, and Shanghai banking corporations, right? Those crazy big whale money. So this is what they are saying, right? Right? And of course, those that are trading these stocks, this is what they are seeing. They are seeing it upward. So all of this small movement to the downside, they're actually liquidity grab. So this is the first thing you want to do. Then, of course, you now switch over to a much lower time frame and now start look for opportunities. Now, we saw this big leg to the downside for years, right? If you watch, that's actually a liquidity grab because it came right straight to the low of the day. It's low of the day. So it swept this other major low, right? Because this is the low before we got the gap, right? So the low before we got the gap is also a major low because that gap is big enough. The pressure was big enough to take it up from that low, okay? So it swept. So this big movement to downside is actually what we need, right? That's one. So the market have grabbed all of the liquidity to the downside. It's now trying to offer traders to the upside, right? Then secondly, we are currently trading above the opening price, guys. What can you say? US 100, we are currently trading above the opening price. If you can see right here, we are trading above the opening price. That's bullish momentum, guys. Bullish momentum, if you like, bullish momentum. Therefore, you want to look out for opportunities to buy. So let me zoom into the area right now. So this is the opening price, guys. So we are trading above the opening. Then we saw a very strong movement to that opening, right? To that opening price. It tapped the liquidity just at the opening price. So for me, this is actually going to be a bullish run for me, right? It's going to be a bullish run for me. So I don't know about you. For me, it's actually going to be a bullish run for me. So guys, if you're trading US 100, make sure you have good capital, right? Good money, If you have 1 million, top it up with another 1 million to make it 2 million. Trade this instrument and make good money for yourself, guys. Trade this instrument and make good money for yourself, right? And make good money for yourself. If you make good money for yourself, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's good. It's good. So me, one of the instruments I trade very well are this instrument, right? I trade these ones, and of course, it gives good money. So, but you don't trade it with small money. You don't trade with small money. You should have good money. You should have good money. So, guys, you that asked for US on this is US on the analysis. Top up your account, right? If you're trading with small money, and of course, so that you can trade it very well. Call me after this program. Call me. Let me look at your name. Call me. Top up your account, Mr. James Otega. I don't believe this Otega. So I think we've done analysis on US 100. Now, which other analysis? Which other analysis should we do for? So guys, if you can see our US 100 is already even giving us profit immediately, right? Just immediately. But guys, you need good money. You need good money. So call me after this program and top up your account. Call me after this program and top up your account. So yesterday, I actually so this is my account history right here. Yesterday, I actually traded the US 100 too, right? And I made some money. Oh, why is it still always coming up? So yesterday, I traded US 100 too, as you can see right here. I made some money from US 100, right? I'm sure you can see it. This is yesterday, 15th, right? So I actually traded gold too yesterday. But you don't do all of this trading with small money. So I took a loss on USDC share. That's 14,000 naira there, as you can see. Then I took a profit. I took profit on GPJPY, as you can see. I'm showing you my account history, right? Such that you can trust this analysis we are giving you, and then you can go and bring the money you have in your bank account. The money you have in your bank account is not doing anything there. It's not doing anything there. It's just for safekeep. It's for safekeep. It's not being multiplied. Remember the 3M of money, right? You make money, you manage money, and you multiply money. That is the class of Dangote. It's multiply money. Now we trading, we are equally step into that class of multiplying money through this business. So now, if you watch, the losses are quite very small, right? Then guys, guess what? I made on that money, right? You can see this one, 151,000 naira, right? So this is how trading should be done. You make more profit, or you make more profit than your losses, right? You can all see the dates, right? And the 14th, 15th. So on the 14th, I made 151,000 naira. On the 14th too, I made a loss of 10,000 naira. On the that one is stop loss, right? So you can see stop loss that closing. On the 15th, yesterday, I made a profit of 7,000 naira. On the 15th, I made a loss of 14,000 naira. On the 15th, yesterday, I made 16,000 naira. On the 15th, I made 47,000 naira, right? So together, this is the profit, as you can see right here. So we have taken a trade, guys, and of course, you don't do this with small money. So this is trading with over 1 million naira, right? So guys, if you're trading with 200,000 naira or 500,000 naira, what that amount is small. You're not ready to make good money. Fund bigger money so that you can make good money. So guys, I think we have done here. I think this particular trade is already in profit, so we are good. Let's now switch over to which other instrument. So which other instrument do you want us to analyze, guys? So you say Opusu, you say GPJPY is doing well on buy. Of course, that's the analysis we gave on buy, but we gave the analysis, but you not even. I think I did not enter a trade. Wow. I like this big movement, right? It's doing well on buy. Thank you very much. It means you're. So, but don't trade with small money. Don't trade with small money. Everybody's saying we should do gold. But guys, you don't enter gold with small money. You don't enter gold with small money. So you fund your account, you make it big. Then somebody said we should do US 30. US 30. Now, pretty much
the same analysis on US 100 can be copy and paste on US 30, guys. Do copy and paste. Do copy and paste. So what do? Just do copy and paste. Just do copy and paste. Okay. Just do copy and paste. Then of course, so instrument gold right here. So the instrument is actually still trading above the opening price, right? But guys, guess what? It's even much closer to this bearish area right here, right? So if you have a buy going on for you, you may want to have stop loss on your trade because we saw this big movement to the downside, right? And this big movement to the downside is actually liquidity hunt, right? So it took out this one, took out this one, took out this one, took out this one, took out this one. And of course, now going up again, it is actually creating more lows. That guess what? Very soon it will come down again to take out this one. So take to go right now is actually a very dangerous area to trade because we are not trading above 4,000, even 4,200. So very soon I am saying that it will come back down again and take out this one. So gold is a very dangerous area to trade. To protect your account, you want to stay away from gold at the moment. Otherwise, you fund your account 1 million naira, 2 million and above before you can come to this area. So guys, my number is 090. Let me stop right now. I have it's already 9, right? So 090-2626-4507. Emmanuel Odogu of currency, if you like. So 090-2626-4507. Odogu is my name, guys. So you can chat me up, right? If you want to top up your account, fund more money so that you can create good instrument and make good money for yourself. May the market be with you. That's what Emmanuel means. The market will be with you, guys. Thank you very much, guys. That's my number, right? You asked for the number, you've gotten it. Okay, Mr. Adewumi, you're asking, is there no way to go small account? Of course, if you're trading small account, you trade on Euro USD, right? You stay with Euro USD, you trade with smaller lot size. That's one way you can do that. Okay. So, guys, I don't know whether you've been able to take the number 090-2626-4507. Thank you very much. Join us tomorrow for another exciting section. Very much exciting section. It promises to be very exciting. Okay. Bye for now. May the market be with you.